What's going on, Summoners? Welcome back to another ProGuides video. I'm Kangas, and today we're taking a look at some of the OP pick and bans that you should be taking advantage of in 11.20. We'll be going through the champions in each role that have shown an overwhelming amount of success, so hit that sub button and let's get right into it. Starting us off strong, we got CAMILLE in the top lane. CAMILLE is infamous for her outrageous amount of damage, specifically true damage. This means that she won't only be one-shotting carries, but unless you got a ton of HP, there's no item that can save you from her late game Qs. Which, if we're being honest, may as well be a better version of Cho'Gath's ultimate. That being said, CAMILLE offers an amazing amount of skill expression, and with enough practice, she can easily carry even the worst teammates. Overall, if you want a powerful split pusher that also makes for a great teamfight assassin, be sure to check out CAMILLE. Trust us, you will not forget it. But something to note about CAMILLE in particular is that she is a very high skill intensive champion. So before we go over the itemization, I just want that to be known. You're gonna need to put in some work on her, and honestly, it might even be worth it to talk to any high elo friends that you have that have played her before. But if you don't have anybody on your friends list, you can also check out ProGuides.com because we have coaches that will sit down one-on-one with you and go over your gameplay, or just sit in a game with you and literally teach you how to play CAMILLE. But anyway, talking about that build, for runes you're going to be taking Grasp, Shield Bash, Bone Plating, Unflinching, Magical Footwear, and Biscuits. As for items, you'll be starting the game with a Potion and a Doran's Blade, and then the rest of your build will consist of a Divine Sunderer, Plated Steel Caps, Ravenous Hydra, Sterix, Death Stance, and then your choice of a Guardian Angel or Chempunk Chainsword, depending on what your team needs. And for our next pick in the top lane, we got none other than Poppy. Thanks to the popularity of junglers like Talon and laners like CAMILLE, Poppy has found a comfortable home in the new meta. Not only does she offer a powerful counter to these champions, but she's an extremely strong hyper tank that can deal quite a bit of damage while also providing your team with utility. Honestly, think of her as a better Thresh for the entire team. Overall, if you're looking for a way to counter the meta and stay on top with a strong pick, Poppy is your gal. For runes, you'll be taking Grasp, Shield Bash, Second Wind, Revitalize, Biscuits, and Time Warp Tonic. As for items, you'll start the game with a Corrupting Potion to synergize with your runes, and then the rest of the build will consist of Plated Steel Caps, Sunfire Aegis, Thornmail, Abyssal Mask, Deadman's, and then your choice of Randuin's or Force of Nature, depending on what kind of defenses you need. Now starting off the jungle picks, we've got Zed. Now it's pretty surprising that Zed has still been able to run rampant as a jungle pick. For those of you who are unaware, Jungle Zed has taken over Korean Challenger with an extremely high success rate. This got to the point where even Faker said that he enjoyed playing the pick. That being said, what gives this so much power is not only his powerful clear, but his disgustingly strong snowball potential. With even the slightest lead, Zed can single-handedly take over the game. Plus, the enemy team will never even know that Zed is going mid or jungle, which gives you more of an advantage. Overall, if you're looking for a strong, flashy assassin that's also a flex pick in the jungle, look no further than Zed. For runes, you'll be taking Conqueror, Triumph, Legend Tenacity, Coup de Grace, Magical Footwear, and Cosmic Insight. As for items, you're starting the game with a refillable potion and an Ember Knife, and then the rest of your build will consist of Rushing Ghostblade, then picking up Lucidity Boots, Duskblade, Serpent's Fang, Cyrilda's Grudge, and Guardian Angel. For our next jungle pick, we've got Jarvan. Ever since his buffs, J4 has been an absolute menace in the jungle. Not only is he a fairly safe blind pick, but he offers an extremely versatile playstyle. He has powerful gank potential with his EQ, he has amazing teamfight ability with his ultimate, and overall his itemization paths mean that he can go bruiser or just full damage depending on what his team needs. If you want a jungler that can carry through ganks and objective control, you gotta check out Jarvan. For runes, you're going to take Conqueror, Triumph, Legend Alacrity, Coup de Grace, Magical Footwear, and Cosmic Insight. As for items, you're starting the game with a refillable potion and Ember Knife, and then the rest of the build will be Gore Drinker, Plated Steel Caps, Sterix, Black Cleaver, Guardian Angel, and then your choice of Thornmail or Spear Visage, depending on what your team needs. But before we move on to the mid laners, we got our question of the day. Today's question we want to know is, if you could have one champion become S tier and another become F tier, who would you pick and why? Now, personally, I may be biased, but I'd like to put Pantheon support back into the S tier because, please goodness, I want to hit Diamond this year. And on that same note, I would also drop Morgana down to the F tier because then I can just stop banning her as the hard counter. But let me know your answers in the comments down below. Now, bringing us back to the video, we got TRYNDAMERE starting off our mid lane list. TRYNDAMERE has recently made his presence known as a powerful mid laner through pro players like Nemesis, who have actually been using him to rapidly climb the Korean servers. Between his great lane sustain and powerful dive potential, TRYNDAMERE can be extremely difficult to play against. On top of that, if he even gets a few kills, TRYNDAMERE can carry the game as he one-shots carries and creates a ton of pressure split pushing. If you're looking to try a new AD mid laner, make sure to get on the TRYNDAMERE train before he gets nerfed. For runes, you'll be taking Lethal Tempo, Triumph, Legend Alacrity, Last Stand, Second Wind, and Unflinching. As for items, you'll be starting the game with a potion and a Doran shield, and then the rest of the build will consist of Berserker's Greaves, Gore Drinker, Essence Reaver, Navori Quickblades, Infinity Edge, and then your choice of Serylda's Grudge or Guardian Angel depending on what you and your allies need. Next up, we got Aurelia, who's been showing a nice amount of success since her mini rework. Thanks to her readjustment, she's now a powerful scaling champion that offers an extremely high skill ceiling with a relatively moderate skill floor. While her win rate may not show it, Aurelia is powerful due to how she can easily turn fights against her enemies before they even know what happened. If you're looking for a counter to most mages that also gives you some mechanical flair, make sure to check out Aurelia. For runes, you'll take Conqueror, Presence of Mind, Legend Alacrity, Last Stand, Bone Plating, and Unflinching. For items, you'll be starting the game with a Potion and a Doran's Blade, and the rest of your build will consist of Blade of the Rune King, Bladed Steel Caps, Shield Bow, Wit's End, Death Stance, and then your choice of Guardian Angel or Chempunk Chainsword. But also feel free to grab the Wit's End earlier if you're versus an AP mid laner and AP jungler. Now starting off the bot lane champions, we got none other than ZIGGS. If you've been keeping up with the meta, you'll know that ZIGGS has been top of the bot tier list for quite a while now. Between his powerful scaling and extremely safe laning phase, there's just no one that can really punish him in the bot lane right now. Alongside this, he doesn't really put your team at a disadvantage due to his passive NW. With this, he's able to siege turrets as fast as somebody like Caitlyn or Tristana, so if you're looking for a mage to play bot lane, make sure to check out ZIGGS because he fits the bill. For runes, you're taking Arcane Comet, Mana Flow Band, Transcendence, Gathering Storm, Magical Footwear, and Biscuit Delivery. As for items, you'll be starting the game with 2 potions and a Doran's Ring, but feel free to take a tier instead if you're not facing a hard engaged bot lane. Regardless, the rest of your build will consist of Leandri's Anguish, Sorc Shoes, Seraph's Embrace, Zonia's Hourglass, Rabadon's, and Void Staff. Up next, we got the infamous Demon Hunter, Vayne. Now, similar to ZIGGS, Vayne has held her spot in the meta for quite a while now. With the removal of Kai'Sa from S tier and the popularity of Bruisers rising, she's got no choice but to take a stand as one of the best AD carries at the moment. Thanks to her amazing kiting abilities, champions like CAMILLE and Aurelia aren't able to stick to her quite as easily as other AD carries. Plus, if the enemy ever decides to stack tanks with high HP, Vayne can shred through them like paper. So if you like the powerful late game carries and can pull off some nice and flashy plays, check out Vayne. For runes, be sure to take Press the Attack, Legend Alacrity, Coup de Grace, Taste of Blood, and Ravenous Hunter. For items, you start in the game with a Potion and Doran's Blade, and then you'll get Berserker Greaves, Shield Bow, Phantom Dancer, Rage Blade, Guardian Angel, and finish off with your choice of Mercurial Scimitar or Mortal Reminder depending on what you need. But before we finish off with supports, I want to remind you to join our amazing community of people just like you that love tier lists, talking pieces, all things esports, pretty much anything League of Legends. We got a Discord community in the description down below, so make sure to check it out. But starting us off in the support role, we got none other than the champion that I have been abusing a lot lately, AMUMU. With AMUMU's Q readjustments, his win rate skyrocketed within the support role. Not only was he a wonderful champion for team fights, but with the new Q, AMUMU can force fights early on and lock the enemy down to the point where even Ezreal's can't escape. But that's not all either. With the new Q mechanic, he's able to synergize really well with an Abyssal Mask, which empowers his team to deal even more damage to his target. Plus, he already does quite a bit of decent HP damage too, so if you need a reliable engaged tank, make sure to check out the Sad Mummy. For runes, you're taking Aftershock, Font of Life, Bone Plating, Unflinching, Cheap Shot, and Ultimate Hunter. For items, you're starting the game with 2 potions and a Relic Shield, and then Plated Steel Caps, Locket, Thornmail, Abyssal Mask, and finish off with your choice of Anathema's Chains or Gargoyle Stoneplate. And last but certainly not least, we have Soraka. This powerful healer has made her mark since the recent buffs, thanks to her ultimate removing grievous wounds, so she's become even more difficult to deal with. And yes, that includes if the enemy is building an empowered anti-heal item. That being said, Soraka is a fantastic support champion at the moment thanks to her strong lane harass and disgustingly powerful scaling. If you're not able to shut her down early, she can easily scale and make her team unkillable. Overall, if you're a Classic Enchanter fan and really want to embody the support role, look no further than Soraka. Taking a look at her build, you'll run Guardian, Font of Life, Bone Plating, Revitalize, Nimbus Cloak, and Celerity as your runes. For items, you start the game with 2 potions and a Spellthief's Edge, but feel free to take a Relic Shield instead versus kill lanes. The rest of your build will consist of Lucidity Boots, Moonstone, Redemption, Staff of Flowing Water, and then finish off with your choice of Ardent Censer or Watchful Wardstone depending on what you need. But that sums up for the video for today. Thanks so much for watching, everybody. Don't forget to join the ProGuides family at ProGuides.com or through the link in the description down below. And also while you're there, don't forget to answer our question of the day. That's it for today, so best of luck on the Rift, everybody. Stay hydrated, and I'll see you in the next one.